Hello, everybody. Let me let everyone know that the stream is live. All right. It's weird. I'm expecting the stream. Normally, the stream elements bot would have said something that it was in stream by now. That's really bizarre. Did my stream elements disconnect? My alerts might be turned off. There it is. I said something and stream elements bot decided to come kicking in. You know, I really need to get better at writing shorter announcements about my streams because like it just gets really big. I don't think Silva's gonna be here because Silva has no internet and spotty cell service. But now that I think about it, I'm gonna send Silva a Facebook message and say I'm thinking about you tonight as I'm streaming. So just sent that to Silva. Okay. I do believe I've let everyone know. That the stream is live. I don't know if that Lofi Girl playlist is playing too loudly. Let me adjust the volume on that. Can I go any lower here? There we go. It's a little bit lower. Might be a little too low. Let me turn up the hair. There we go. I like that better. It feels a little bit better. And it's one of the things where, like, Lofi Girl playlist is so loud. The Lofi playlist is so loud that I have to manually turn it down on YouTube. But, like, if I turn down the volume on my computer, everything gets so quiet that I can't hear anything else. It's mind-boggling. Let's switch over to just chatting. Alright, sorry, it's switching over. Looked like my encoding was being a problem. That's interesting. I might be streaming at too high a quality for my CPU. My poor CPU. I hope nothing happened with my computer parts that are at Silva's house. But if so, I'll get new parts. I'll do what I have to. Or I won't. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Let's just chill here for a bit. So, my week has been interesting. Like, a huge hurricane hit Florida right near my hometown. And my family, friends, relatives, other people in that area were devastated by the hurricane. They were completely, like, there was people lost their vehicles, lost so much stuff. Like, there was just so much destruction. Silva, I didn't know you were going to be able to make it. I thought you still didn't have internet. I hope you're not, like, using up your mobile data or whatever. I don't want you to end up without data. Got it back like 20 minutes ago. It's a sign from above. You're destined to be at this stream. In case it wasn't obvious, that was me being ironic. But yeah, so, like, so much of my friend group and my support structure and the people I interact with was just devastated by this hurricane. And I'm up here kind of just like la da da, la da da, la da da, la da da. But it's not really la da da because I still have my own issues that I'm struggling with. Right? Wow, the piers are gone. I heard that, like, pretty much all of Fort Myers Beach is gone. I heard that, like, almost all of Fort Myers Beach is just gone. one of my friends posted on Facebook. All right, sure. We can dedicate some time to chatting about this before we get to the gaming side. We get to the game making. Hey Nakomaji, good to see you. Let's see what Silva's got for me. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Hey, it's okay if you're not present for a bunch of stuff here on stream. I get that you have a lot to catch up on. All right, let me get these. Mm-hmm. What? The pier is just gone. Wait, weren't there like stands or something underneath those? Oh my gosh, hold on. So let's get. Oh. Okay. So this one, Silva said, someone got a picture of Hurricane Ian at a distance, and that's some amazing cinematography. Like that is like a 1 in a million shot. That's like something like some National Geographic style shot. Like that looks insane. And as much as I don't miss all of the problems that come with living through hurricanes, there's something about the shared trauma of living through hurricanes that, like, just send me memes. They just send me memes. Okay. So there's that one. Okay, Silva, it's okay. I thought you were sending me more disaster pics. I thought you were sending me more pics to put up on stream. So this pier, right? This pier, like I'm pretty sure underneath those two huts there used to be buildings there, and there were Silva says apparently there were buildings down at the end, but like the pier is just gone. My mom was telling me that like her neighbor lost their car, and I saw one of my friends post on Facebook that she lost her car, lost her welding equipment, and lost all this stuff. There's just all this destruction that happened in the face of this storm. You send me more pictures, Silva? It's a Twitter post to someone showing the before and after of Sanibel. Okay, I'll take a look at that later. I'm not going to show that on stream. Just because that would be a lot of work. It's one thing to pull it on the pictures when you send me the pictures, and it's another thing I have to go to Twitter, find the pictures, download, because Twitter is going to send the pictures to me in a JFIF, and I can't upload a JFIF. It's a... Yeah. But yeah, that's insane. But yeah, there's something about the shared trauma and the bonding experience of people surviving a storm like that together, and the hard times that come with it. That I kind of miss. It's weird. There was this sense of community, this sense of, and it was probably some stuff like, I don't know, it's one of those logical fallacies where you believe that because you suffered, you are stronger by virtue of the fact that you survived suffering, which that's not. Silva's still here. Silva's still here somewhere. What is social activity? Every time my power flickered and was off for more than 5 seconds, I would be like, well, fudge, now I have to deal with this. And it would come back on. That's hilarious. It's funny, my mom called me today and we talked about stuff. And she was like, I'm sorry, but there was flooding in the garage. She told me there was flooding in the house and in the garage. She's like, some of your stuff got destroyed. I'm like, when I was down there, I'm like 90% sure we threw out most of my stuff. My gosh. Because I didn't really need it anymore. And apparently the only thing I had left down there were some D&D books. And that confuses me because I know where my 3.5 rule books are. So I'm just wondering what is it my D20 modern handbook? What D&D books? Or maybe it might have been one of the D&D box set I had as a kid. That might be what got hit. Hey, Okusan. So I have this unique relationship with D&D in my childhood. Anime night was interesting. Neither you nor Okusen was able to make it. So I watched with my friend Zafira. We watched some Magic Knight Ray Earth. And it was nice to get through more of that. And it was also interesting explaining it to somebody else who'd never seen it before. And then after we stopped, it's funny, when we were having anime night, we stopped watching at a certain point because I wanted to go start writing. But this thing that always happens with me and Zafira is we start talking. And then once we start talking, we end up talking for like hours on end. And at that point, we could have just been watching more anime, but we stopped. But I mean, it was a good conversation. So I still had anime night because I always want to leave that invitation open in case somebody wants to join. I want to make sure people know that they're welcome. But yeah, so me and D&D. When I was a kid. Oh, Mom might have found my old thing for the D&D tactical game. Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember way back when D&D tried to sell a tactical game where you would build troops out of different miniatures with like with simplified stats, and you would put your troop of monsters against your opponent's troop of monsters in kind of a war game. That might be what my mom found. That was a big thing for me when I was a kid. I only had like one person who played it, and we got like halfway through one game and then we got interrupted, and I never actually got to finish a game or play through all the way. But then I got into, and then I found D&D. I tried to show it to my friends, but I think my friends were like, because their families were super religious, they were worried about it being witchcraft or something like that. Or I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but there was like, we never really got into it. No, this was real. This was real. I'm going to look this up. I'm going to look this up. Oh, OBS Coon, come back. Are we back? I actually had the real life version of Dungeon Dice Monsters. I had some of the pieces and played it with my cousin. Oh, they came out with the... Oh, they came out with a second edition. Let me look this up. Yes, Dungeons and Dragons miniatures game. Yeah, the problem was they didn't come up with really like detailed effects, and the rules were just more complicated. So the thing with the Dungeons and Dragons miniatures game, you bought the minis with the stat cards in random boxes. You didn't paint them, they were pre-painted, they were pre-assembled, but the box had like a sleeve on it so you couldn't see what was in it, and all of the minis had different rarities. They were trying to do like a collectible card, like a trading card game thing with the Dungeons and Dragons miniatures game. Yeah, it was. So yeah, I just kinda, and there were all these rules, and all of the stat cards on one side were the miniatures rules, right? And on the other side of the stat cards were the regular 3.5, not rules, stats. One side was the miniature stats, and the other side was the regular 3.5 stats. So you could use the same minis and just throw them into your campaign as monsters or as NPCs, and you would already have them statted out. My favorite was the human ranger with his dual swords, because like he had a cloak and he was super cool, and I was a bit of an edgelord as a kid, not gonna lie. But yes, that is a thing. That is a thing. And so that might be part of what my mom found. I had that, and then well, is it that D&D is in Magic, or is it that Magic's in D&D? Because there's Really? I know that uh, magic has gone to some of the onto some of the D&D planes and worlds, and I know that we've gotten uh D&D expansions of all right, no problem, Silva. I'll message you if I need you. Really? That's funny. But it goes both ways too. Um in D&D, we have expansions for some of the Magic the Gathering planes. Okay, Silva, that's fine. No rush. I wasn't expecting you to be here anyway. I know that you're just getting the internet, so you probably have to contact family, friends, and stuff, and let them know that you're still alive, and check up on memes, and you know, memes are the soul of society. Uh, it's okay, Nekomaji. I also spend a lot of time on YouTube. Um, but so my mom might have found that, and then so I didn't have a group to play D&D with really as a kid. So I bought the rulebooks. I saved up, I bought the rulebooks, and I would use the random tables. Um, I used the random tables in the Dungeon Master's Guide and the tiles and things from the starter kit in order to make my own adventures and run through my adventures through my own dungeons and adventures and stuff, and come up with my own stories. It's around the time I was obsessed with like doing like storytelling. Well, I'm still obsessed with storytelling, and writing, uh, and I did a lot of storytelling at that time. So my mom might have found that, might have found my old starter kit or some of my old minis. It's funny. It's kind of hilarious. But yeah, I'm glad my mom's okay. She just got electricity back. She said she's still without internet, so she might be getting her internet back now. I don't know. Um, she has bottled water, and so one thing that like a lot of people I talk to up here don't get is that in Florida, because the water table is so high, you can't really run stuff underground. So you can't run gas pipes underground. Like it just doesn't work. At least that's what they told me when I was growing up. So nobody has gas stoves unless you get the gas yourself and like have like get up pick up propane tanks yourself. Um and I mean people have like gas grills and stuff. But so with no natural gas and no gas stoves, everything's an electric stove. No electricity means you can't boil water, means you like no electricity means you lose everything. So it's like I'm experiencing this secondhand because people I love and care about were in the middle of the storm. Were not in the middle, but they were affected by the storm. Sewage is weird. I don't know. Like, I think it might be that some stuff can get run underground, maybe with the pressure with the sewage pipes, but they don't have very large sewage pipes. a lot of people have septic tanks, or their own wells that they use. So it might just be that something about the natural gas pipes that just can't get run underground. But I don't remember like seeing above ground. Now that you mention it, I don't really like. I remember I've seen like, I think I've seen bits, but not a lot of like above ground piping. But like I said, that's what they told me when I was in grade school. You know, like you tell kids anything in grade school and they'll believe it, right? All right. Let me remove these pictures before I forget, and then because I'm gonna forget to remove them, and then like I'll start next stream and they'll just be there, and people be like, "Oh, were you in the hurricane?" Like, no, I got those from my friend. Think they should continue to do it? Okay. People just ask me, were you there? No. Yeah, like you learn weird things as a kid. Like learning about my education was weird because like I went to a Catholic school. My parents worked hard. Yes, and you learn not to believe everything you're told. Exactly. My parents worked really hard to get me into a Catholic school, because a private school, because they thought it would improve my chances of getting into college and being successful. But like in my education career going to Catholic schools, I had a lot of teachers that were just burnt out and exhausted um were just done with the Catholic Church. So I learned a lot of the flaws and the weaknesses of Catholicism's history. And I think that's part of what led me to question a lot of things. And that's a conversation for another stream. I don't want to get religious here. Just talking about my past had me thinking about that, about teachers telling you one thing to another. They'll like, also, so in Florida, it was common when you were in grade school, right, to learn if an alligator chases you to zigzag, right? Because they can run really fast. Oh my gosh. I don't think I ever learned that one truth prevails, but someone probably said that about religion, and I have multiple feelings about that, but and in grade school we learned you have to zigzag in order to avoid a gator, because the gator, if it goes in a straight line, will catch you, but if you're zigzagging, it's gonna track you and try moving with you. Oh, okay, all right. I completely missed the mark. We were talking about school. Listen, Nekomaji, I'm not a, I'm, I've never seen Detective Conan. All right, don't judge me. And like, uh, so you learn this about doing the zigzag to avoid. So you learn this stuff, right? And it was a PE exercise that we would do of doing the zigzag, right? And then when I was an adult, I learned that even going in a straight line, your average person should be able to outrun a gator. Like, I'm presuming like small children or toddlers or whatever, they could catch, but on land, they are not that fast even when chasing prey on land. So that just blew my mind, and I was just like, was that just like a safety precaution, or was that just an excuse they used to get us to run around in PE, to get us to exercise? Was it all a psyop? I don't know, Nekomaji. Was it all just a ploy to get us to exercise? Yes, that was one other thing we learned. About, you know, their power of its bite is where it comes from, and then it does the death roll. Oh my gosh, Discovery Channel, that's classic. Anyway, let's get to it's a little after 9 o'clock. Oh, also, I want to say, my roommate's kid wanted me to say hi to everybody. They wanted me to tell all my peoples that they said hi, so I'm telling you that they said hi. All right, this is gonna look really weird. I set up the I set up the scene on OBS for display capture instead of trying to capture specific windows, because RPG Maker makes so many specific windows that it's just a pain in the butt to try to capture a specific one, to try to make the things to capture all of them. And while I'm navigating through menus, I don't want to have to be changing the position of things. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, let me... Okay. All right, everybody ready to move on to the game dev dreams? Okay. All right. So one downside with this setup is I can't keep, because before I would use RPG Maker in a smaller window in order to still be able to view chat on screen. So now I'm going to need to rely on chat on my phone. Because if I do that, it'll probably make a weird effect. Yeah, because then you can see chat and then that creates weird looping stuff. Yeah, I'll just do this. So let's show you what I was working on. So last stream that I did this, we worked on the Blue King's Castle and the town and all that stuff. This is what we worked on last time. And I did a little bit of touch-ups. I decided to surround the town in um, in trees in order to make sure that the player doesn't think that they can exit through one side or something. So I did that. Now, this is the dungeon. I redid a lot of the paths of the dungeon. I redid a lot of the paths. I added these 2 high rocks, but because of how it's set, the top rock is in the foreground, but the player can walk below them. So the bottom rock is the only one that actually blocks player movement. And I use that in order to hide the chests, so that way the chests aren't readily visible. So it creates kind of a challenge for the player to find the chests. And I set up some kind of thing to make the player walk more steps. I could do like, so I want the player to walk up, down, and all around, and have to walk around if they want to get all this stuff. We're gonna run a test of this dungeon here in a little bit. And then start working on the next thing. So I added in I added in what should be a simple cutscene. What should be a simple cutscene at the end of the boss fight of the boat turning and then sailing down and turning invisible. That's what should happen. And then I set the boat to disappear after the boat switch is turned on. So that should work. And then the player has to find their way up and around. So we're gonna run through this dungeon right now, and we're gonna run through this dungeon, and we're gonna see if it works. Let's see. Let's see if last time I ran this test, the game froze whenever the cutscene was supposed to play. And I'm hoping it doesn't do that this time. So here we go. I'm nervous. I don't think I've made any changes to the game. Is it showing up? Okay, great. You all can't hear how loud this is for the music because I haven't set up for audio capture. Why is OBS Studio? Are we reconnected? Okay, sorry. OBS Studio disconnected there for a second. So like you see, you have to walk this way. And then you can just see the chest poking out. Okay, bats. Okay. Harold's level 2. Everyone's going to level 2. Okay. So by my testing, without doing grinding, the player should be level. All the party should be level 3 by the time you get there. Sorry if I'm talking loud. It's just I have to remember that you all can't hear the game, and the game is super loud. So now the entire party is level 3. We'll see. I might end up being over leveled for this encounter. I don't know. When I did my test, I didn't stop for any chests. But the encounter was also really difficult, so I probably should have run through here. I decided instead of putting the potion in the chest, because before I'd had the potion in that first chest instead of a stimulant, I decided that, like, since since the player is going to be getting potions as drops from some of the enemies, that I didn't need to put a potion in the chest. And a stimulant with being able to revive a down party member would be more valuable. Everyone's in pretty decent shape. We should be fine. I buffed the Minotaur in order to make it a difficult battle. Like, you see how much damage it's doing. And so this is the thing where I lose. I lose one of the fighters. You've got to get rid of the bats. Oh, of course he crits when he's confused. Let's heal the mage. Okay. Ooh, that was a nice crit. Okay, so that was a brutal fight. I like that boss fight. Even at level 4, it was still force the players to use their resources, force the player to use the stimulant. Now let's see if the cutscene plays. And it doesn't move. And it doesn't move at all. Is this something where it can't move on the water? Oh my gosh, it just doesn't move. And it's freezing. So yeah, that's the same thing that happened last time. What do I do here? I'm going to turn on the volume next time I do that. So yeah, what did you all think of that boss fight? I thought it was pretty well balanced. It challenged the players, making the Minotaur such a beast and then having the confusion from the bats. I didn't even plan for the confusion from the bats. It came with the, like, the bats already had that ability from when I got the full database uploaded or downloaded. And I just thought, you know, you need bats in a cave. But I made the bats extremely rare to actually run into on their own. Like, if you look at this, you are twice as likely to run into a slime as you are to run into bats. That's what the weight means. Higher weight means more likely to do it. Okay. It might be a thing where the boat can't move in this water. Okay. So in order to skip all of that, because I don't want to redo that just to check the cutscene, I'm going... I'm gonna remove this. Just for testing purposes. Then... Alright, so now let's test this and see if this works. Now we're just testing the cutscene. Let's see if I can get... I know I could probably Google what it takes to make the boat work. Oh. Okay. Alright, so... Not to worry. What we need to... So it's not that. Which water is it? I could just Google it, but whoop. The event should still be able to move unless this is like programmed as an impassable like water. Yes, running into dittos more than others. Sorry, I didn't see your comment there, Nekomaji. And again, it freezes. I'll try setting it to above characters. This is what a lot of game design is. It's just debugging. I really want it to move. Nope. All right, so then there's the simple answer. Yes. Yes, we'll release it later. Actually, let me see something. I want to see if the boat moves on land, because it doesn't know it's the boat. It doesn't know that it's the boat. It's just an event. So I want to see if it actually moves. Yup. And it freezes because it can't get to the end. Oh, this is gonna bug me. Let's see what we got here. What could I do here? Because I really wanted this to work. What have we got? This is bugging me. Like, okay, I know the short answer is I move the two events down, I change the movement to just have the boat turn and then exit. I know that that is the correct answer. Like, I just have the boat turn and then exit. That is the correct answer. See, and now it's gonna work. Now it's gonna work right there. This is the simplest answer, and part of me wants to fight with it, right? There. And no, it's gonna bug me. All right, you're gonna watch me Google this. We're doing this. No. No, 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 no. No. It's not that easy. I'm so mad right now. It is that simple. Okay. I just turn on through. Was it that simple? So there's a setting where I can make events able to move through impassable objects. Okay. So it works. But I don't like that he just disappears. He just blinks out of existence. So we're gonna set the fade out, fade in screen, then the switch. So I'll set this with self switch then. No, wait, hold on, I did that backwards. Why? I will just remake both of these. Fade out. Fade in. Okay. Then I'll play a sound effect. I realize you all can't hear the sound effects. Okay. Okay. Actually, hold up. Move. Let's play the sound effect to move. Oh, whoop. So it'll play the sound effect, move, and then it'll turn transparent. Okay, fade out screen, change the thing, fade in screen. Then we'll control self switch. A. Set this on self switch A. Let's save and see if this works. It's just off. I want him to disappear. Okay. I know what to do. I know what to do. I have an idea. All right. How do I change opacity? I want to turn this thing. Is that just movement processing? Yeah, I think that might just be movement processing. So let's no, change transparency. Awesome. So transparency turns on. I think I'm getting the hang of this cutscene stuff. This is a very simple cutscene. But I'm glad I'm able to get the vision I wanted for it. What? Hold on. No, that turned player transparency on. That wasn't what I wanted. Oh. Oh, the player. Okay. Oh no, not player. Boat boss fights. Alright, so it'll fade out. I'll play some sound effect. Probably one of the other moves. Let's do. I did move one for that. Let's pitch. So then I don't need the boat. I don't need the self switch. There we go. All right. Sorry if this isn't like riveting content. This is game making, I guess. Okay. And the thing is, this is such a simple cutscene. Actually, hold on. I don't need that sound effect. I don't need that sound effect because the sound effect for... They're close enough together that the sound effect for the boat leaving should work for both of them. Yeah. Also, because I'm new at this, there's a lot of trial and error. The sound, the timing for the sound worked for both of them. That's fine. Okay. All right. The timing for the sound worked for both of them. I think this dungeon is done. Put the boss fight back in. Like, that was a brutal boss fight. I'll show you the stats I put on this thing. Okay. Okay. So that boss fight's done. The first dungeon is done. I'm gonna call this done because I could keep fine-tuning this all day. But there's one thing I was looking at, and a lot of the guides I've been looking at were talking, well, at least two of them talked about finding your minimum viable product. Look at what it takes to get to the beginning, middle, and end of your game. The bare minimum. Without the frills, without the features, without anything. Build that, and once that's done, once that works, then build the rest of your game and the rest of your features. So I had to look at what is my minimum viable product, right? My MVP. And so there's the Under the Mountain, which unlocks the boat, which allows you to get to the next phase. The Demon King Castle lets you retrieve the artifact. The Blue King Dungeon lets you earns you the airship. And then the Cloud King Dungeon is the final dungeon in the game where you have to go to deliver the artifact and get to the end of the game. I can put other towns, I can put other things in there, but that right there is my minimum viable product in order to have the beginning, middle, and end of my game. I also got work on the Red Castle town, the Demon King's castle. But first, so this is going to be twofold. There's going to be an interior to the castle. There's going to be an interior to the castle. And then there's going to be under the castle, there's going to be the dungeon. How does this all connect here? That cutscene took a long time and it was literally so simple to fix. Do I want to work on the next dungeon? Because I started working on the interior over here of the farmer house, which I could finish this up real quick. So I got bookshelves. Got a pie on the table. I get windows. Pools right outside their doors. Why? Because the rug looks like a pool? Oh, because it has the little buckets there. Okay. Oh, whoop. Okay, so now it's not directly bordering anything. Now let's set... stools around it. Okay, so now we've got there with food stores. Do we have... have some scrap wood. Actually, scrap wood can go right there. Hmm. It keeps hanging off the edge. There we go. That's better. Oh, whoop. Didn't realize that was gonna just replace it. All right, so we're gonna call this a done room. We're gonna call this a done room here. It's a farmer's house. It's got lots of supplies. Got a single treasured family painting. Okay. Yes, this is Minecraft Nekomaji. An interior is one of my greatest weaknesses in Minecraft. Okay, you know what? This is gonna have to do. Ooh. I wish there was a rack of farming tools. If there was a rack of farming tools, like, there's a shovel. No, I don't want the shovel there. Yeah, but no one's gonna leave that on the well, I mean, if it's a big pile of rope, they would leave it on the floor. Okay. Alright. That's it. We're gonna call this done. Now let's decide how big this is going to be. We have to do the first floor. I'm doing all of it. Like, okay, I know theoretically for minimum viable product, I could just do have one of these doors lead straight to the dungeon. I could just do the dungeon, but I'm just gonna do the first floor and the dungeon. So we'll have even though the first floor is not really going to connect to the dungeon, in my original plan for this, I wanted the players to go talk to the king and then the king have them thrown in the dungeon. I can have them thrown into the dungeon from a cutscene. But for the sake of the adventure, I can have it have a way. Because they're gonna have to find their way out. So probably set. Let me make notes of this. Let me make notes of this. Castle floor 1. Okay. All right. Oh, whoops. All right. So now the farmer house completely did not need to get built at all. Now that I'm looking at like my actual plan for building this, the farmer house was completely and utterly extraneous. It was not part of the minimum viable product at all. But it was something I started and I wanted to finish, and I did finish it. Let's figure out how big I'm gonna make this. So, Let's zoom out a little bit. This castle... Alright, this castle is shaped really weird. Now that I'm actually looking at it. Why did I make this castle shape so weird? Why did I make this castle shape so weird? Okay. Let's look at it this way. Front to back, we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I mean, it's not like, okay, I intend to make the insides of all the buildings in my game. But for getting a prototype that can be play tested, that I can add features to, that wasn't necessary. But yes, lore and perfectionists will believe it had a true reason, yes. I did randomly design this castle. So, actually, okay, so the actual thing is there, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30. Is this thing wider than it is long? It is. Sure. So I'm thinking we make a 25 by 35 map. I'll deal with background music later. Okay. All right. So first, I'm so glad I learned how to do that. We fill that in first. So this is, there's the wall, then 1, 2, 3. This one's 1, 2, 3. So they're both 3 by 3s. And they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apart. This isn't going to be exact replica of the outside. I just need it to look similar enough that players will buy that this is the same building. Theoretically, I could just make this a box. Let me get a good look. This is like bricky. my gosh, time has flown by tonight. Okay, so we're gonna go in the middle. Starts at 23, goes to 34, so 17. And count out 3. 1, 2. Then we go 2, 3. Nope, that was not what I needed to do. That's wall. Gonna need flooring here in a little bit. It's gonna be 5 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Cool. And how far back do these go? 1, 2, 3-ish? Okay, so... Okay. Okay. Then this goes over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this goes over 1, 2, 3. See, now you're applying. Now you're. I can't argue with that logic, Nekomaji. I cannot argue with that logic. Because that is very true, because on the map, this is a 6x6 thing. Like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it's a 17 by 13. Yeah, it's more than twice the size. You bring up a valid point. Ugh. I'm gonna double the proportions of everything, and I'm gonna see if that plays nicely. This is gonna be a big map, or I'm gonna have to break this map into pieces. Not sure. That's true. Let me get the basic outline done, and then I'll see about expanding it. Let me get the basic outline done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thanks, Nekomaji. One, 2, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to get there. Okay, that's almost there. Okay, so first, we're making this a dungeon. We're just making this a dungeon. We're just making this a dungeon, people. So it'll be... Does it go down in the middle? Okay. So this is, so now we just double all the proportions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna make it 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turning that into 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Eight, so it's gonna go by 4 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna be extending this shortly. Okay. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 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 So 1, 2, 3. So this is going up. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. These proportions are going to be a little bit off. Oh my gosh, this is rough. These proportions are a little bit off, and I might need to make this. So I have to add at least 10 more on the width. At least 10 more on the width. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sticking this here. Yeah, we're shortening that. Six. Actually, I did that wrong. I did that backwards. Okay, I did that backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. Let's zoom out and look at what we've got so far. It's not actually, oh, I know what I forgot. Got to scoot this back. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. So now let's do the back wall. Okay, back wall's filled in. And then I'll use one of these I'll use for the floor. Okay, so that's the floor. That's a lot of space to fill up. This is going to be a very sparse castle because I'm literally building the minimum viable product. So this is going to be a very sparse castle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, whoop, woo, woo, woo. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay. So we've got the entrance. There's going to be a bunch of stuff on this floor. Oh, wait, hold on. Come on. Transfer, direction, down. Okay. Okay. Ooh, this is hard. I think I'm gonna go with these ones. I'm gonna go with this one right here. All right. So now let me. Okay. All right. Let's test this. Oof. Remember when I used to end stream at 10:30? Okay. All right, the doors work. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I'm just gonna put it in the middle back here. Gonna put some stairs. So we've got the stairs going up, stairs going down. I could work on decorating and building this entire interior, but I feel like I would get burnt out on that right now, and I'm just trying to get the minimum thing done. So I'm just gonna call that done and start working on the Blue Castle dungeon. Yeah, it's not 10:30 there. Makes sense, Nekomaji. Sounds like perfect logic. Okay. I'll make this the same size as the dungeon under the mountain. I'll deal with encounters shortly. Let's use this generate dungeon. That is way too simple. Let's try that again. That's better. That's better. And I can divide up these two long rooms. And I can put one more room in this spot over here. Yeah, this uses enough space. This can work. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I learned that trick from watching some guides online. And then I can put a door here. 1, 2, 3. Two, 1. I'm trying to make this the prison cell room. Probably gonna have prison cells in multiple rooms. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. There we go. That's good. I like how that pans out. That looks good. Okay. So now... Ooh, that looks good. Okay. So this dungeon... Instead of being like a maze or like a puzzle fest, I'm thinking this dungeon just operates like an actual dungeon. Where people are going to be held in place. I don't know what I'm going to use for doors though. I'll find something to use for doors. Okay. Normally I like to leave. Normally I like to leave a little bit of a margin around. So I'm just gonna delete this part here. Okay. Okay. Alright, so now we've got the prisoner room set up. Not entirely sure. Yes, a dungeon type dungeon. Metal bars. Sorry if I don't respond right away, Nekomaji. I just get so focused on what I'm doing. But yes, this is a dungeon type dungeon. Let me see what I can do here. First, let me save what I have so far. Metal. I'm not very impressed with the metal bars. What do you think, Nekomaji? This is the metal bars. What the player would see. I'm not super impressed, Nekomaji. I'm really debating turning this entire section like rebuilding this entire section but sideways, just so I can make the doors easier, because this RPG Maker makes great up and down doors that you're looking at head on, but they don't make really good sideways doors. Fancy windows, okay. Hmm. Fancy door for dungeon room, okay. Ah. Hey, Okusen. Yeah, well, I'm working on a dungeon, but it's literally a dungeon, like a dungeon for holding people. That's what I'm working on right now. So fancy doors. Fancy doors or fancy windows? Uh, you know what? Well, see, like part of me wants to be like, yo, make the dungeon and we'll deal with it later. But this is actually a really crucial part of the dungeon, right? Or, 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 we do we say it's a magical dungeon where instead of doors, people are held in by wards. So instead of there being a door there, there's a ward on each door, and then as the player unlocks things, it'll open each door. What do you think? What do you think, chat? That's the best I've got. Thank you, Nekomaji. I don't know what variable I'm gonna set for it to for it to disappear yet. So the point in the story is that the Blue King claims to be willing to help any adventurers who want to return the Demon King's artifact to the Cloud King's castle, or the Cloud King's artifact that the Demon King stole. And then when the players get there, they find out that the Blue King actually worships the Demon King, and is just very motivated towards making sure that the Demon King reigns forever, and throws anyone who is trying to stop the Demon King into the dungeon. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Ooh. All right, let's zoom out and take a look at this. I'd say that's a pretty successful dungeon. Has entrance, has stuff. I still have to decorate the rest of the dungeon. Just gotta put in an event here that will when the players activate it, it'll turn on the airship switch, and then that'll trigger a thing. Tutorial series I've been waiting for that covers Pokemon Essentials module for RPG Maker XP has arrived. Oh, well. So does that mean that you're going to be getting to you're going to be working on that project, Okusen? The wards thing is literally because I can't draw sideways. I can't draw sideways doors. But it's interesting as something like that, something that starts as a simple not that I can not that I'm seeing not any good ones. Like, hold on, let me take a look. Like, look at these door sprites. They're all like head on. I could maybe use this one. Oh no. Like, you see what I mean? That's just bad. Yeah. Let me show you what else we finished. Redid a bunch of the... Actually, I will... Real quick, before we end tonight, I'm going to run through this dungeon one more time and try that boss fight again. Just to show the full cutscene, now that we fixed the cutscene. Alright. So this dungeon, the first dungeon, is fully done. Now, when the players play through this, they're going to have gone through, started in a starter village. It's going to give them some starter items. So it's not quite a fair comparison, but I put enough things so that way even if the players don't get a single starter item, they should still be able to make it through here. I should have ran into... Okay, I was about to say... And I know that there are plugins I can use, like even Yanfly's free plugins would vastly improve how combat looks and flows. But for this initial project, I'm trying to get it done I'm trying to get this project done without any plugins, this first project. Now, future projects are going to have plugins. I've seen some people say online that to make a complete game in RPG Maker, you normally need between 20 to 30 plugins, and that sounds a bit daunting. Why is there so few combats? I should be leveling up by now. I need to check. Okay. Okay. I wanted everybody level 3 for this fight. Yeah. Okay. So now we got through the boss fight. We almost lost one party member, so that was close. I want it to be a difficult boss fight, but not so brutal that it's just unplayable. And now this is the cutscene that we worked on. And boom, the boat makes its way out. cool. Lucius learned some abilities now that he reached level 5. Okay. I could probably make that a little bit more maze-like, but then boom, they come out and the boat's right here waiting for them. And then they can choose to either go, then they hop in the boat, sail around. Yeah, it is a big old bull person. It's a minotaur. And let's see what this looks like in game. I want to see what the ward looks like in game. And you can't go past it because it's set to be the same priority as players. So yeah, that's... Yeah, thank you, Nekomaji, and thank you, Nekomaji and Okusen. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing too. I'm working, so I guess I can show this too while I'm here. As we're winding down tonight. There's a character creator, and I'm working on some custom characters. I'm working on new versions of the characters. So that's my new version of Harold, the main character. That I'm working on. So Harold's the swordsman. This is Teresa, who is the knight, the female knight who's all about defense and buffing. This is the mage who's all about the fire damage. So, and then this is the priest who hits with a mace and also does the healing. I wanted to explore an idea because well, I'm black and I don't often see black characters represented unless it's some in fantasy settings, unless it's a special character or some kind of trope. So I wanted to build an adventuring party of heroes I guess. I wanted to build an adventuring party of heroes of different kinds and classes that look different ways, that weren't all some specific thing that were black. It's my game, and that's That's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to get a feel for the character creator. I'm not gonna have the characters talk. I'm not gonna have, like, this is gonna be like a Final Fantasy 1 style game in which there's gonna be silent, like the protagonists are essentially gonna be silent. But MV has a character creator. I don't know if past versions have a character creator. I know MV and MZ both have a character creator. And as you can see, it generates all the sprites, it generates all the motions, as well as the face thing. And some people have made different add-ons in order to create different options for. You can get all kinds of custom options for the character creator to build different kinds of characters. But yeah, that's what. Oh, also, I wanted to show you. We finished decorating the farmer's house. Got that finished. Which is not. It's not any part of the core gameplay, and it doesn't actually need to have been designed. Like, this is. I'm trying to design. So, one of the things I learned through my research was that there's this idea with games that you want to build the MVP, the minimum viable product. All of the minimum requirements to take the player from beginning to middle, from middle to end, and then finish the game. And then after you have that after you can put that together and that works, then you add features, then you add extra maps, then you add extra areas after you are sure that your minimum viable product can be play tested, can work, it is functional for the player to go from A to B, and from B to C, and from C to finish game. And so before, I didn't know that, so I was building all these maps. Not all these, I was building maps that I didn't need to be building. And so I had to sit down and look at what was my minimum viable product. And for me, there's the Under the Mountain dungeon, which allows them to unlock the boat. Then there's the Blue King dungeon, which allows them to unlock the airship. Then there's the Demon King Castle, where they receive the artifact. And then there's the Cloud King dungeon, which is where they deliver the artifact, which allows them to succeed at winning the game. Those are all of the primary objectives for the game. I realize there's not a lot of plot or story, or it's a very one-note thing, but it's my first game. So I'm trying to stick true to that MVP. Which is why it's funny that before I'd even laid this out, I'd started working on this farmer's house. But I mean, I finished it because I didn't want to leave it half finished. Yeah, MVP, focusing on the MVP is definitely a struggle. Also, earlier when I was working on stuff, I started working on designing the Demon King's castle town. Yes, making a My Little Pony game. I'm sure someone has ways to mod the character creator to fit in MLP sprites. I'm sure that's a thing. I want to build an optional dungeon here in the forest. But I haven't designed it yet. I'm sure, I mean, I probably would too, not gonna lie. Uh, yes, my Lancer project, that's what it means. This is gonna get really weird for a second because I'm on display capture, but I'm gonna switch over to, there we go. Tonight's been a long stream. Time flew by. Like the first hour and a half was just messing with the cutscene and fighting with the cutscene, and then after spending an hour and a half fighting with the cutscene, I found out through just one simple Google search. Didn't even have to click the link, just the preview text of the Google search told me what I needed to know in order to make the cutscene work. It was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. Because I was trying to make the image of the boat go down like you saw in the cutscene, but the water is an impassable object. So Nekomaji, Lancer is a mech RPG that we play sometimes. But yes, Fate mode. Now I'm imagining. Oh my gosh, can you imagine a Fate series where everyone, all of the heroes that you summon, instead of being heroes, they're mech pilots that are piloting customized mechs? That would be so interesting. No. No, Okusen. No. We don't do that here. There's an app for the Fate Eroge. Fate truly has transcended all mediums. Didn't Fate start as an eroge? Or was it a visual novel? Oh, summoning heroes, but they're mechas. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. I used to play that. It has some amazing music. I remember when that came out. That app where you summon mech pilots and you have to play through this story. So, the entire concept of Fate is that wizards summon these heroes that are heroes from some point in the past or future that when they died, I guess, were given the choice to become heroes in the war for the Holy Grail. and then whatchamacallit, the people use their they use their servants like essentially like Digimon. Not like Pokemon, because you don't have multiple, you have one. To fight for them as they try to take out all the others, but like it's easier to kill the wizard that's the summoner than it is to actually kill the servants. So it becomes this essentially a death game. Yeah, I've heard horror stories from Fate Grand Order. So, how was everybody's week? I told you a lot about my week with like me just dealing with, you know, the secondhand experience of Hurricane, what is it, Ian? Of people telling me about it and then just dealing with some of my own stuff. What about you all? How was your week? Did you all accomplish your goals? Mm-hmm. I don't remember there being a shield girl as one of the main girls. My question was, how was your week? Did you accomplish uh your productivity or your creativity goals? What did you like? How was your week? Did you make progress? I also got some work done on my character creation course. You missed part of it again. Okay. Uh, for this past week, did you hit your goals? Did you take steps towards your goals? What did you do that was notable about the week? Oh, okay. Vroid Studios can definitely be very useful for that. Because Vroid Studio can be useful for making characters that you want to use for like whatchamacallit, VR chat. I think people can make characters through Vroid for that. You just have to heavily trim them down in order to make them like a lot less pixels so that way you can load in properly in VR chat. Oh, I'm sorry, Okusen. Are you still so are you still working on learning that programming, that game development language, Godot? Oh, that's cool, Nekomaji. I'm very glad I have desktop sounds turned off so that way you don't hear the notifications I'm getting as people are blowing up Facebook. That's rough, Okusen. I have been in a similar situation. I don't know all of the details about your situation, and I believe that no two situations are ever identical, so I don't want to downplay what you are experiencing. I should have them turned off. They should, unless it's being picked up on my YouTube. You're hearing them. Oh, what? So it must be coming. It must be coming from Chrome. Okay. Okay. So I have application audio capture turned on, and I thought that my Lofi Girl playlist was only gonna pick up YouTube, but if you're hearing those dings, that means it was just picking up any audio from Chrome. That's frustrating and kind of awkward. But yeah, I'm sorry you've been in such survival mode, Okusen. It's rough being in that mode where all you can focus and all you can think about is just getting food and survival. I was talking to Zafira. No, it was Facebook. I was talking to Zafira the other day about like Cowboy Bebop and how much I dislike it. And um one of the things that bugged me in the early episodes of Cowboy Bebop was every single episode they said we're down to our last dime. We're completely out of money. We don't complete this job, we're not gonna have money for food or for anything. We're not gonna have money for any stuff whatsoever. And then they failed all of their missions for the first few bounties. They failed them. And then you never got to see a payoff of them having to make a deal with someone, having to go into debt or selling parts off their ship. You didn't see some payoff of them of that being in that situation where you're down to your last dollar having consequences. And like those consequences happening off screen really bugged me, because I've been in a situation where being down to my last dollar doesn't mean that I eat ramen. It means I may not have anything to eat. Like even when I was driving for Uber, there would be times when I would consistently, after paying bills, have like less than $10 in my bank account, and every time I earned money, it would go right out of my bank account straight into bills just to survive, just to keep gas in my car, just to keep roof over my head. And even then I'd fallen behind on my rent payments. Yeah, they did that later on. In the first few, like later on in the show, they did start to have those consequences, like where they ran out of fuel wherever they were eating when they were eating the trippy mushrooms, and some of the other things. But like in the first like 5, maybe 6 episodes, every episode ended the same way, with them being completely broke, flat out broke, out of money, out of everything. And then next episode they were fine. They were still broke. Like they were like, "Oh, we just spent our last dollar." I'm like, "Well, where'd you get that dollar?" Uh, and you might be right, but um, like I would have liked to have seen that on screen somewhere instead of left up to the viewer's imagination. Like I realize for the story purposes, that how they got extra food isn't super important because they just got food. Um, how they did it was not super important for the story, but it kind of bugged me that it wasn't. I'm gonna change that stream elements thing to put my PayPal instead of Kofi. I I definitely feel you there. I liked some of the spaceships. And I like some of the ideas. But overall, I feel like I dislike Cowboy Bebop, but I respect it. It was something very different. It brought a lot of people into anime. And it was very, very ambitious. Yeah, Faye's outfit kind of has to be glued on somewhere. Like, for her to always have her coat hanging on her arms and not actually falling down, it has to be, like, attached somewhere. But do you have any anime like that, Nekomaji? I figure you're the most anime literate one among us. Anime that you dislike, but you respect for being for trying something different. Hmm. What you got for us, Nekomaji? What's something trippy to think about? What you got? It's funny. Last month I spent after bills, I spent a lot of my money on computer parts. But like this month, I'm not sure if that's really going to be an option because there's so much need for like food and other survival stuff. Oh, really? Grenadier Hoemi no Senshi. Hmm. What's it about? Or is it something that's not family friendly that you couldn't say on stream? It's Trigun with big bouncy sweater puppies. Okay. Oh, okay. But Trigun's an anime that didn't really have a whole lot of fan service. Like, most of the main characters are male. And, like, the only girls are the insurance girls, really. I don't remember there being, like, fan servicey stuff. That's a shame. Why? How does fan service not work? I feel like fan service should be a really simple switch. You flick it on and you get all of the views. Do they animate it poorly? Yeah, you'd feel like a brothel episode would be just one ripe for that. So is it just a bunch of like oddly placed fan service and missed opportunities? So it's almost like it's laughing at its audience, which isn't really a great look for anything. Normally you want to be laughing with your audience, not laughing at your audience. Unless you're doing some kind of a parody or something. Okay. Did the auto mod flag the word bullets or did it flag the word cleavage? I don't know. I see it on screen, which means you typed it, but it's not on any of my chat readouts, which means the auto mod flagged it. Okay, what's another one you respect, Nekomaji? I respect the fact they tried to make it an anime. I respect the effort, but I highly dislike the show itself as they ruined the story. Banished from the hero's party. Is that one of those ones that's like a stereotypical like fantasy must kill the demon king thing, except they turn it on its head with some random off the wall and highly unnecessary twist? 'Cause I know there's a bunch of those around. Oh, okay. Is it one of those you buy things? Character and depth, they replace her with a goat demon. Oh, that's problematic. That sounds annoying. So it's a key story point, but they cut it from the anime. So then a lot of the rest of the story just doesn't make sense. Hmm. They physically can't avoid their gift that forces them to just questing and fight the Demon King. Ignore all else, but this villain provided a special potion to help people counter it. Oh. And without that, the hero could never take a break from their quest in order to actually meet back up with the main character. Because the hero is just constantly moving forward. That's an interesting dynamic for a hero who's blessed with the power to fight the Demon King, but is cursed with the inability to do anything else but prepare to fight the Demon King. I see Nekomaji. Oh, so you don't just get the gift, you're forced to use the gift. So what did the hero get? Like, did the hero just get like super strength or like some kind of super sword or something? What power did the hero get that forces them to fight the Demon King? But what does that hero gift do? I don't know. Blue armor, shining sword, red cape, maybe a helmet, or maybe an open-faced helm, or maybe a bandana. Sometimes a shield. I mean, we're talking about like hero from like the fantasy sense. If you're talking like superhero, that's a whole different image. Oh, an unkillable tank. Hmm. Interesting. Oh, and that's why the main character had to be banished. Okay, kind of like what's her name? The detective from that show Lucifer, the live action American show, where Lucifer was like unkillable, immortal, untouchable, but whenever he was within a certain range of the detective, he could be injured, he could be hurt. He became somewhat mortal. He still was strong and powerful, but he could be injured. Oh, well, that's funny. So does the main character develop some kind of superpower? Oh, okay. That's interesting. The only ongoing stuff I really follow is Skeleton Knight, the Skeleton Knight in Another World, and the Red Ranger became an adventurer in Another World. Those are only two that are ongoing that I follow. Expert at guiding herbal support. Okay. They got the good herbs. Anyway, it's getting to that time. It's getting to be midnight where I am. So I think it's about time we wind it down here. We've had a really busy stream. I think this was really productive. We got a lot done, made a bunch of progress, made more progress tonight than I have all week, honestly. But I haven't really been like delving into the game creation stuff because I didn't know really what I wanted to do. But I've been feeling like we made a bunch of progress. I want you all to know, as we wind down, that you are precious, you are valuable. Yeah, the villains have a drug to cut off your connection to your gift. Hero uses it to find the main character. Oh yeah, that's kind of important. I want each and every one of you to know that you are precious, you are valuable, you are important, you are one of a kind, and you are truly unique. I love each and every one of you, and I believe in all of you. I believe that each one of you makes this world better just by living in it, and I am glad to live in a world with you in it. I think that you are all wonderful. I want to say thank you to Okusen and slash Jalen for donating in order to get me RPG Maker MV, which made this stream possible and all of this game, all my game creation dreams. And I want you all to know that I think that this has been a great fun time. Sorry, these outros get more and more awkward. I was hoping they'd get smoother, but anyway. Always remember the motto, shoot for the stars, have wonderful adventures, live your dreams, and always, always, always stop to enjoy the memes. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ding the notification bell, and you'll get notified whenever I release any new content or when I go live. Also, you can follow me on Twitch or join the Discord. Links for both of the, follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. Links for both of those are in the description. And if you ever feel motivated to give to improve the stream or improve my life, there's links where you can do that in the description as well. Yes, Scuffed is what Scuffed is. Have a good night. Thank you, Nekomaji. Thank you, Okusen. And who else did we have? Did we have some other people come through tonight? I feel like we had other people come through. I know there was Okusen. I know there was Nekomaji. Silva was there. Thank you, Silva. And anyone who lurks or watches the VOD. Have yourselves a good night.